Thank you all for coming. Pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4 through 10. Should I begin again or just let it go? Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertising such notice in the Home News Tribune, the Asbury Park Press, the Board Office, the schools, and on Cablevision Channel 118 and Verizon Fios Channel 24, and by filing such notice with the Township Clerk. This meeting was scheduled for Tuesday, June 24th, 2025. The board will take formal action on payments of bills and other agenda items. Mr. Wydell?
The Old Bridge Township Board of Education acknowledges that the law of this state establishes that members of the public, including members of the board, have the right to record public board meetings using audio or video recording devices, provided that the act of recording does not interfere with the business of this public board meeting. Therefore, the board makes it known that any such recording is to be considered the private recording of the individual and in no manner represents the official record of this board. The board therefore takes no responsibility for such private recording and completely disavows any future use.
Roll call, please.
Dunn.
Here.
Francisco.
Here.
Giordano.
Here.
Jodry.
Here.
Mazzone.
Here.
Slade.
Here.
Solokowski.
He said he was going to be out.
Venkatesan.
Here.
Dantuno.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Can everyone please stand for the pledge and remain standing after? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. Move the Board of Education acknowledge the death of Scott Nunn, Head Mechanic, Transportation Department, and express its deepest sympathies to his family and friends. Thank you. You may be seated. Code of Ethics?
That's me. The board member will hold confidential all matters pertaining to the schools, which, if disclosed, would needlessly injure individuals or the schools. In all other matters, he or she will provide accurate information and, in concert with fellow board members, interpret to the staff and aspirations of the community for its school.
Thank you. We've been moving along with the district goals and the board goals with having the long-term strategic planning meeting. We have no minutes. Student rep has congratulations and graduated. Recognition.
Move the board to approve the retirement of the following staff members with deep appreciation for the years of dedication service to the district. We have Stephen La Regina, Old Bridge High School athletic trainer, 20 years, and Teresa Bird, Carl Sandburg Middle School ELA, 32 years, a total of 52 years of their service. Congratulations.
Thank you. Do you want to do the recognition before the motion? Okay. All right. Dr. Hooker? Number 2? I guess so.
Move the board recognize Grissom Elementary School for receiving a Promising Practice Award for the program Save the Sea Turtle, and Shepherd Elementary School for receiving a Promising Practice Award for the program Pathways to Growth, a social and emotional learning initiative by Character.org. Both of these schools participate in the character recognition and are up for recertification in the next couple of years, and we thank you for applying and achieving the Promising Practice recognition.
Mr. Domino?
Move the board to recognize the following athletic teams for their accomplishments in the spring 2004-2025 sports season.
Good evening. I'd like to start by congratulating all of our sport athletes today and their families on incredible seasons. Being able to successfully balance athletics and academics takes hard work, organization, and dedication. All of these attributes will assist our student athletes in their future endeavors, and I am incredibly proud to watch our students grow and develop while being part of their teams. Tonight, I'd like to introduce and celebrate 3 athletic teams programs for winning either their division, conference, sectional, or state championships. First up, we have our Jonas Salk Middle School wrestling team here for the winter season. Here to accept the award is Coach Bon Giovanni and the wrestling team. Congratulations on winning the Middlesex GMC Conference Championships. Why don't you guys go ahead.
Wrestling to me, middle school. Yeah, I know, right? It's all technique.
Next up, we have our girls varsity lacrosse team. Here to accept the award is Coach Fuentes and the varsity team. Congratulations on winning the red division and conference championships. And finally, our boys volleyball team. Here to accept the award is Coach Hopman, Coach Buani, Coach Locke, and Coach Ortega. Boys volleyball, congratulations on winning the red division championship again, conference championship again, sectional championship again, and back to our house overall Group 4 state championship. Congratulations again to all of our spring and winter athletes. Happy summer.
Yep. Can I have a motion for the recognition?
Ms. Owen, motion.
Jojo, second.
Okay. For the discussion, I'd like to give thanks and kudos to Mr. Lagrena. I've seen him work with the athletes. I know he's fixed my daughter who tends to break quite often. The work that the athletic trainers do is kind of like the unsung hero part of the sports. They really put the athletes back together. I also know that he has inspired a bunch of high school students to go on and be athletic trainers as well. My brother was one of them. So I just want to thank him and for all of his hard work with the athletes during his retirement. And congratulations and good luck on your retirement. Any other discussion?
I just want to add that it was great to see the Salk wrestling team. As the students were lining up, I saw a lot of names on the back of T-shirts that were like legacy names through the Salk wrestling program that probably their fathers and their fathers were part of the program for many years. So that was great to see. Our girls lacrosse program continues to grow. And what can you say about the volleyball team? I don't know what he's doing to keep growing that team. He never has to rebuild. He just keeps developing and getting the talent they need. And it's really quite remarkable that you get that level of commitment and that level of understanding in a sport that not many people do understand before coming to high school. So, great job. Very proud.
Any other discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Dunn.
Absolutely, yes.
Francisco.
Yes.
Giordano.
Yes.
Chodri.
Yes.
Mazzone.
Yes.
Slade.
Yes.
Solokowski's absent. Venkatesan.
Yes.
Dantuno.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 4 for recognition passes.
Mr. Stedadino, would you like to do is this your final superintendent's report?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And what better way to end your final superintendent's report than with the twice annual violence, vandalism, and HIB report that is mandated by the state of New Jersey to be delivered twice a year. So every year, superintendents are required to report to the Board of Education on incidents of violence, vandalism, which occurred in the district during the previous school year. By passage of Law 2010-122, the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights, incidents of HIB, or harassment, intimidation, bullying, will also be added to that list. Period 1 consists of data from September 1st through December 31st of the current school year. That's the period I will be reporting on today. The New Jersey Department of Safety Data Systems is used to help school districts streamline this data reporting process. We're required to report both alleged and confirmed incidents of HIB. We're required to report any incident for both special education, general education students that result in disciplinary removal of at least 1/2 day. Disciplinary removals are defined as any instance in which a child is removed from his or her educational placement for disciplinary purposes, including in-school suspension, out-of-school suspension, expulsion, removal for any other reason. The SSDS requires that the collection of the following areas: violence, vandalism, weapons, substance abuse. Results of vandalism which the police were notified but no complaint was filed. Police were notified, complaint was filed. In-school suspension, out-of-school suspension, expulsions, unilateral removals, removal by an administrative law judge. Offenders and victims, I have to report on them as well. Student offenders, student victims, school personnel victims, student victims of violent criminal offense. We have to report on the programs in which we use, such as assignments and instruction for support services, in-district programming, home instruction, home assignment, and out-of-district programming. For the period of period 1, which is September through December of this past school year, we had 25 reports of violence, 1 report of vandalism, 1 report of a weapon, and 4 substance abuse. The number of HIBs confirmed during this time were 18. There was a 10-day investigation in all of them as required by law on all 18, and the board rendered decision in all 18 decisions. The number of alleged HIBs was 23. All of those alleged HIBs were conducted within the 10-day investigation process, and the board rendered a decision in each of those 23 times. The board has in their packet the summative data. We have seen that since collecting this data of violence and vandalism incidents, our high was 180 back in 2011, 2012, and right now for the previous year, we report on violence and vandalism incidents of 31. So far for the first part of the school year, there was 18 confirmed and 23 alleged HIB incidences from September to December. And that concludes the violence, vandalism, and controlled dangerous substance and HIB reporting for period 1 of the 2024-25 school year. As progress towards goals, each board member now also has in front of them the report on our graduates for the 2025 school year. I've included in there on the opposite side of the page the same data from the 2013 school year. We can see that we really have made some progress during that time from 2013 to 2025. In 2013, only 81% of our graduating seniors went on to college or technical school. 1% went on to military, and 18% were undecided in that time period. In 2025 data, we are now having 94% of our students or graduating seniors are going to college or technical schools. That's an increase of 13% over that short period of time. Well, some would say, well, maybe more students are going to college and careers or technical school. and less are going to the military, that would be untrue too. We now have 2% of our students going into the military as well, which is a 1% increase. 4% of our students have employment plans directly out of high school, and 0% are undecided. So looking at that data, if we continued on the trajectory from 2013, it would show us that over 1,000 of our students who attended college or career since that time would not have attended college and career if the district went on the same trajectory. A lot had changed since that time. We had full-day kindergarten. We know that the data shows us from full-day kindergarten how it increased our students' level academically and their ability to perform and their ability to perform competitively in the SATs against their competitors from around the area, the nation, and the world. So I'm very proud of that. I know there's been, some statements that maybe there's complacency in the school district, but this data has shown to grow every year. This is not 2025 is an increase on 2024, which is an increase on 2023. We have steadily grown every year with our students exiting our high school, ready to compete with anyone for college and careers, and we're doing a great job on that. And again, like I said, that's a process that goes from, it starts in our preschool program and our amazing staff and educators all the way through a high school where we have our products. And it's always been my goal and mission as an educator that we want to produce students that are self-reliant and can be employed and not be a drain on the financial world of our society. That they can be self-employed, they can be self-reliant, and they can be proud of their college or career, and they can take care of themselves. And that's the most important thing we can do for our students, is to give them the confidence and strength to do that. So I think we've done that very well over that time period. And I want to thank all of our educators that were part of the process, and has been a great team and great working with everyone. Thank you very much.
Great news indeed. Thank you. Mr. Wydell, any correspondence?
Yes, there's one piece of correspondence. Okay. Tonight's correspondence is a final decision made by the New Jersey Commissioner of Education in regards to the School Ethics Commission. It is, let's see, item number or SEC docket number 640C42-23. Andrew Lewis as the complainant, Salvatore Giordano, Old Bridge Township Board of Education, Middlesex County as the respondent. The Commissioner has reviewed the record of this matter and the April 22nd, 2025 decision of the School Ethics Commission, SEC. The SEC found that respondent Salvatore Giordano, a member of the Old Bridge Township Board of Education Board, violated NJSA 18A:12-24.1F of the Code of Ethics for School Board Members. The SEC recommended a penalty of reprimand for the violation. The SEC's decision was forwarded to the Commissioner for final determination on the recommended penalty pursuant to NJSA 18A:12-29(c). Respondent neither filed exceptions to the recommended penalty nor instituted an appeal pursuant to NJAC 6A:4-1 et sec. Of the SEC's underlying finding of violation. Upon review, the Commissioner concurs with the penalty recommended by the SEC for respondent's actions in making statements during a board meeting regarding his candidacy for General Assembly and failing to include a disclaimer about his comments. Accordingly, respondent is hereby reprimanded as a school official found to have violated the Code of Ethics. It is so ordered. Commissioner of Education, dated decision June 13th, 2025. That concludes correspondence.
Any committee reports?
Yes. This will be a joint effort because this is above my pay grade. We had on June 11th, we had a curriculum committee meeting where we had Dr. Calandria discuss the Acadians Universal Screener, basically identifying struggling learners. We had Ms. Adenalfi discuss the Wilson Reading Program overview. We had Mr. Caulfield, the supervisor of science, go through the overview of science state testing. We also went over a brief policy review to kind of make it official, where right now the unofficial policy is students that miss 1 day of schoolwork has 24 hours to make up that schoolwork, and 48 hours, 2 days of missing schoolwork is 48 hours. So I believe we're going to try to institute a board policy to make it more consistent. So it's not just a teacher policy, it's a district board policy. I would employ that if anybody has deeper interest in a lot that went on at that committee meeting, to go on to the board and committee presentation on our website. I think there's a 40-page presentation. It was a lot. I mean, they were excited, so I was excited for them. But it was a lot. But I did ask the captain of the Olympic note-taking team, Marjorie, to share some of the notes that she took. Listen, it's a compliment. You can multitask and listen and write. And so I asked her to share some of the thoughts that she caught that I didn't catch that day
Well, the only thing I
because of my excitement.
to share is information about the Wilson reading system. It's a great program that we're going to certify some teachers in, and the program is a structured literacy program, but it helps students with dyslexia and other reading disabilities. So it's a really important program. It's a multi-sensory approach, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and it helps students to connect sounds, letters, and to build decoding skills. It also helps them improve fluency. I'm Wilson certified. I've used the program. It's an excellent program, and I'm looking forward to visiting and seeing the students who are actually using this, because it's really helpful, especially, students with all kinds of different reading disabilities. So I think that's going to be a great program to add, and also certify our teachers. There's a level 1 and level 2 certification, but I think at this point our teachers are going to be certified, level 1 certified, which is amazing. It's a lot of work. It requires a lot of considerable time and effort and study to be level 1 certified. And I pulled something off the website that said each trainee is expected to acquire very sophisticated working knowledge of the sound symbol system of English, which is phonology, the rules that govern English spelling, orthology, and its structure, morphology, as well as the use of specific diagnostic techniques in teaching, decoding, and encoding strategies for vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. So our teachers will be very well trained in this program. You did a good job, Jay.
I could have not said it any better than myself, Marjorie. Thank you.
Sal, do you have anything on the long-term planning meeting?
Yes, so we had our long-term planning meeting, and we chose Paret Sanjem as the people that are going to be running the long-range planning, and we're going to have the community involved. We're actually having a meeting pretty soon with the board members of their firm, so that's it. Thank you. I'm pretty short with it. Sorry. Thank you.
And I think that's it for committee reports, correct? Okay. Hearing of residents on any agenda item only. There is a book up there, so make sure you sign up your name in, please.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Just state your name first.
Okay. My name is Clarissa Morabel. Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Mr. Cittadino, Dr. Hoker, and esteemed colleagues. I am the Grissom School Secretary, and I am honored to speak on behalf of the Grissom Elementary School community as we mark a moment of transition filled with both heartfelt appreciation and hopeful anticipation. Tonight, we say goodbye to a truly exceptional leader, Dr. Anthony Arrico. From the moment he stepped into Grissom School 13 years ago, he brought calm, clarity, and a playful but powerful presence. His leadership style is not loud or flashy, but deeply intentional, rooted in integrity and grounded in what's right for students, staff, and families. Under Dr. Arrico's leadership, Grissom has been recognized as both a state and national school of character. We've received 2 Promising Practice Awards, became a Kindness Certified School, was honored with the New Jersey School Board Association's Societal Impact Award, and twice advanced to the regional qualifiers in the association's annual Steam Tank competition. But if you congratulate him about any of that, he will respectfully shrug it off and say, "We do what we do because it's the right thing to do." That's who he is. A leader who prefers to stand in the background, lifting others into the spotlight. He gives his students and staff their flowers, often without ever asking for any in return. He is a champion for his school family in every sense of the word. He cultivated a climate built on trust, collaboration, and respect where people feel valued, heard, and supported. He gave his students and staff room to grow and made sure they knew he believed in them. He has made Grissom a model for the district. It is a place where people are seen, appreciated, and empowered. It is a school defined by its positive culture, high expectations, and deep sense of belonging, where kindness is lived, excellence is the standard, and students rise to meet their greatest potential. I know I speak for many others. If they could follow him to Voorhees, they would. That's how much his leadership has meant to this community. While we are sad to see him go, we are deeply proud of all he's accomplished and are excited for what lies ahead for the Voorhees community. They are gaining not just an incredible principal, but a truly good man. And as we close one chapter, we are equally excited to open the next one with Dr. Thomas Ferry and welcome him to Grissom Elementary School. Dr. Ferry brings with him an impressive legacy of leadership, most notably leading Cheesequake Elementary School to being named a National Blue Ribbon School of Excellence, a distinction that speaks to his commitment to exceptional academics and a thriving school culture. Most recently, he has led Voorhees Elementary School to being certified as a state and national school of character as well. But beyond his impressive resume, it's Dr. Ferry's character that stands out and has already made such a strong impression. He's known across the district as an all-around great guy, engaging, approachable, and wonderful to work for. He's the kind of leader who rolls out a coffee cart for staff, who takes time to connect with his team, and just like Dr. Arrico, doesn't mind being taped to a gym wall by students if it means raising money and school spirit. He understands the balance between hard work and a joyful school environment. He leads with heart, with humor, and with vision. We look forward to learning from him, growing with him, and continuing the legacy of excellence and character that defines who we are. In Dr. Ferry, we see a leader who shares our values, brings fresh perspective, and already feels like part of the Grissom family. So tonight, we thank Dr. Arrico for your steady leadership, your quiet strength, and for always putting people first. You will forever be part of the Grissom story, because once a Gator, always a Gator. And we welcome Dr. Ferry with open arms, open minds, and great excitement for the journey forward. We're ready to begin this next chapter together and are confident that great things lie ahead. Thank you.
Any other speakers?
You could just approach the mic to sign in.
If you're going to speak, can you everyone line up so we're not having downtime in between?
Hello, my name is Lucio Panos. I live in Monroe, New Jersey, but I was an elected official for almost 20 years here in Old Bridge, and I saw superintendents come and go. I couldn't let Dave leave tonight without saying, wow, good for you. Because you know what? Their gain is our loss for sure. I have seen that man fight, call every elected official up and down the state to get what's right for Old Bridge. it had nothing to do with politics. It was what was getting right for Old Bridge. Then I've walked the halls with you, and I've seen the respect the children gave him, and not out of fear. It was like, hello, I wish you the best. That's all I can say is, and Old Bridge is losing the best.
I know a few members of the public came to speak about Dave and it being his last meeting. We're going to save that to the open mic at the end. So this is on any agenda item.
Good evening, Board. My name is Rick Short. I'm from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I'm here to speak about agenda item 0167, having to do with the comment of the time of public comment. I believe it's going from 3 minutes, or I believe it's going from 5 minutes down to 3 minutes. This is something that I believe is stifling free speech. There is a mid-ground. I kind of think 5 minutes could be too long. I think 3 minutes is too short. But what gives me these qualifications to say this is, I've been a community activist now for over 20 years. I received a anti-crime reward from Tom Ridge from the state of Pennsylvania. I've also worked with and spoke with Declan O'Scallon as an assemblyman, Senator Montgomery, and I've worked with Governor Christie to eliminate red light cameras in the state of New Jersey. All these things were done through public comment. When you take 5 minutes down to 3 minutes, you're stifling speech. So again, I hope the board maybe meets halfway, because I did hear at another meeting where they were concerned about the amount of freedom of speech, because I think it's important. And then just to go over some other things, because, I don't know where the timer is. Where's the timer? Okay, I can't see it, but, okay. If you could just give me 30 seconds. Sometimes it takes a long time to go through to make a point. Some of my firsts in the state I was the first person, I think, to ever come to a school board meeting in Cherry Hill or anywhere in the state and talk about how bad DEI is. And I know I'm the first to point out how bad equity is and what it did to our 3 middle schools. Equity has destroyed our 3 middle schools. That's another first. So how did it do it? Again, I want to talk a minute about it. So we had the best performing school, Rosa Middle School in Cherry Hill. Our entire board is obsessed with equity. They want the same exact outcome of our students. And guess what? Congratulations. Our administration and our school board was able to do it. So right now, our greatest school is now our lowest performing school. And that is part of equity, something I predicted. I was the first person to point out that it's not good to have second graders walking around a school doing fake no-hate protests. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in Cherry Hill schools, they've had students walking around a school, second graders at 7 years old, protesting no hate when there is no hate that exists. I'm also the first person to point out that, and then I will, my second public comment, I will say some positive things about the district, that what you've done, but ladies and gentlemen, in Cherry Hill, they have restorative justice, and they have 5th graders leading the restorative justice circles. Yes. Is that crazy? Again, I was the first one to point out that white privilege, which is being taught in Cherry Hill schools as not racist, which is racist, I was the first one to point that out. I was also the first one to point out that microaggressions, learning about microaggressions just causes more fights and more things, and that's what's happening. Again, I was the first one to point out that implicit bias, studying implicit bias causes more fights and more things. How much more time do I have left? 1 minute, thank you. Again, if everyone could have an opinion, I just pointed out some things. You think it's really good to have DEI. It takes time to explain it. But right now, Walmart doesn't have it. Right now, McDonald's doesn't have it. All these companies have stopped because it adds more racism. These people are obsessed with equity. This is what you're getting. You're going to get more lower test scores. When I come back, I'm going to speak about some of the good things and some of the bad things. The one good thing, I'm very proud of you, and it has to do with student suicides and what I'm finding that's happening across the United States with girls committing suicide under the realms of restorative justice and SEL. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. We're going to close the mic and proceed with the meeting. On to policy. Can I have a motion, please?
Ms. Owen, motion.
Then we'll second, Madam President.
Any discussion?
Yes. If we could discuss, just on the heels of that conversation, if Mr. Parton can elaborate that we do have a level of flexibility when it comes to the timing of the at the podium. We discussed, obviously some critical issues that will allow an unlimited but a longer time at the mic.
Right.
Not unlimited, but
yeah, this is a bylaw, which is a type of a policy. So you have the flexibility as a board by majority decision to suspend your policy, extend the limit. If you have an issue where you feel that longer time from each member of the public is appropriate, if you have an issue where you feel there are a couple hundred people at the microphone and a shorter time is appropriate, you do have flexibility meeting to meeting, issue to issue, if you decide to use it.
yeah, thank you.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to agree. We could also suspend the policies at any time for longer meetings like long-range strategic planning. The council does 3 minutes, so it's consistent with the township council. And if people have complaints and concerns, they should be going through the chain of command. So, like a lot of things don't need to be brought up at the Board of Education meetings first. There's other ways and channels to get things done, and it's probably more effective if you go that route. So, I'm for the 3 minutes. Thank you.
No other discussion? Roll call, please.
All right, this is on policy. Francisco?
Yes.
Giordano?
Yes.
Jodry?
I think, for me, when we discussed it, I thought that, I think 3 minutes is fine, but a lot of people in the public wanted to stay with the 5.
Would you like to pass?
So, no, I
Abstain?
don't, I think I'm going to vote no.
Okay. Ms. Owen?
Yes.
Excuse me, is that no on all of the policies or just that
No,
one?
and it was my fault because I didn't separate it out, but, so I
You,
would like
you
to
can
just-
specify, Ms.
Excuse me?
Joder. You can specify and say
Yeah,
you
I would
you
like
want
to
to vote
vote
no on.
no on the policy for speaking.
0.
Yeah, and then yes on the others.
Okay. Okay. Ms. Owen, I had a yes. Slade?
Yes.
Solakowski's absent. Venkatesan?
Yes.
Dunn?
Yes.
Dan Tuno?
Yes.
Resolution 1 for policy passes.
Curriculum, items 1 through 9. Can I have a motion, please?
Ms. Owen, motion.
Jodrell, second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Giordano?
Yes.
Jodry?
Yes.
Ms. Owen?
Yes.
Slade?
Yes.
Solakowski's absent. Venkatesan?
Yes.
Dunn?
Yes.
Francisco?
Yes.
Dan Tuno?
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 9 for curriculum and professional development passes.
Finance, items 1 through 22. Can I have a motion, please?
Before we do, we have to administratively remove number 18 is going to be administratively removed. That is for the potential of the cricket club. I did not, conversation is still continuing with the organization, but we don't have anything set in stone just yet. So we're administratively removing 18.
Okay, thank you.
Madam President, Dunn will move finance items 1 through 22, excluding number 18.
Slater second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jodry.
Yes.
Mazone.
Yes.
Slade.
Yes.
Solakowski is absent. Venkatason.
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes.
Giordano.
Yes.
Dantuno.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 17 and 19 to 22 passes.
Okay. Items athletics, items 1 and 2. Can I have a motion, please?
Oh, Ms. Owen motion.
Giordano second.
Any discussion? All right, seeing none. Roll.
Mazone.
Oh, I'm finally first. Yes.
I told you I was going to get you. Slade.
Yes.
Solakowski is absent. Venkatason.
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes.
Giordano.
Yes.
Jodry.
Yes.
Dantuno.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 and 2 for athletics passes.
Non-certificated personnel office, items 1 and 2.
Slater move.
Francisco will second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, discussion, roll call, please.
Slade.
Yes.
Solakowski is absent. Venkatason.
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes.
Giordano.
Yes.
Jodry.
Yes.
Mazone.
Yes.
Dantuno.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 and 2 for non-certificated personnel office passes.
Non-certificated personnel operations, items 1 through 7. Can I have a motion, please?
Venkatesan will move.
George will second.
Any discussion? 1 through 7. Seeing none, roll call, please.
Solakowski is absent. We'll start with Venkatason.
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes.
Giordano.
Yes.
Jodry.
Yes.
Mazone.
Yes.
Slade.
Yes.
Dantuno.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 7 for non-certificated personnel operational passes.
Okay, non-certificated personnel other, items 1 through 8. Can I have a motion, please?
Dunn will move non-certificated personnel other items 1 through 8, Madam President.
Francisco will second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Venkatason.
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes.
Giordano.
Yes.
Jodry.
Yes.
Mazone.
Yes.
Slade.
Yes.
Solakowski is absent. Dantuno.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 8 for non-certificated personnel other passes.
Certificated personnel, items 1 through 38. Can I have a roll?
Ms. Owen motion.
Thank you. Can't talk to you.
Venkatesan will second.
Any discussion?
I do.
Go ahead.
Okay, in regards to number 1, Dr. Arico, I just want to say thank you for all you have done for not only the students at Grissom, but the families as well. From my kids' first day at school, you opened up your arms and your heart to all of them. You made them feel safe, loved, important, and the smartest kids in school. There was never a day I worried about my kids after watching them walk down that block and into those doors. You protected my most prized possessions like they were your own. I not only speak for myself, but I speak for all the families of Grissom. We're going to miss you, but we know that you will do amazing things for the students and families at Voorhees. Dr. Ferry, we welcome you with open arms as part of the Gator family. I know our students will be in good hands, and we look forward to another great year ahead. Good luck to you guys both.
Any other discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Dunn.
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes.
Giordano.
Yes.
Jodry.
Yes.
Mazone.
Abstain to number 1, yes to the rest.
Slade.
Yes.
Solakowski is absent. Venkatason.
Yes.
Dantuno.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 38 for certificated personnel passes.
Okay. Non-certificated personnel transportations, items 1 through 4. Can I have a motion, please?
Francisco will move.
George will second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Dunn.
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes.
Giordano,
Yes.
Jodry,
Yes.
Mazzone,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
Solakowski is absent, Venkatesan,
Yes.
Dantuno.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 4 for non-certificated personnel transportation passes.
Transportation, item 1, 2, and 3. Can I have a motion, please?
Ms. Owen, motion.
Venkatesan will second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Francisco,
Yes.
Giordano,
Yes.
Jodry,
Yes.
Mazzone,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
Solakowski is absent, Venkatesan,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Dantuno.
Yes.
Resolutions 1, 2, and 3 for transportation passes.
Pages are sticking together. Okay. Supplies, equipment, and services, items 1 through 21. Have a motion, please?
Francisco will move.
Jodrell second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Giordano,
Yes.
Jodry,
Yes.
Mazzone,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
Solakowski is absent, Venkatesan,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes.
Dantuno.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 21 for supplies, equipment, and services passes.
Okay. Miscellaneous items, number 1 through 14.
I believe we also have an administrative correction on this. There is a name on resolution number 12, Mackenzie Oyola. That name should be removed. So 12 is the 5 other individuals for number 12 are fine, but Mackenzie Iola will be administratively removed from resolution number 12.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion for items 1 through 14?
Ms. Owen, motion.
Venkatesan will second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Jodry,
Yes.
Mazzone,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
Solakowski is absent, Venkatesan,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Francisco, Giordano,
Yes.
Dantuno.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 14 for miscellaneous passes.
Board secretary and board business. We have the calendar. So, I guess we
You are ultimately going
we're doing
to
a motion to vote on the calendar, and then we pick a calendar to vote on?
going to administratively remove the other one. So
Okay. So can I have a motion to discuss the calendar?
Giordano motion.
Ms. Owen will second.
Okay. So let's discuss the calendar. Any thoughts on this 100-degree day?
Yeah, it's 100 degrees outside for the past few days. The past boards have had the wisdom not to have school go into this week for that reason. So that's one reason to think about it.
Yep.
The purple calendar is highly recommended.
And we've gotten some feedback that people prefer the purple calendar. They like the week in
Okay.
March, spring break, and that school ends earlier.
So any opposition to removing the option 2 red calendar? The red calendar is the one that has, what, half days for the lunar, for Eid, or is it off?
No, last day of school is the 24th.
Purple
red ca-
calendar also has half days for holidays.
Yes. The red calendar has last day of school being the 24th and high school graduation being on June 28th.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. So with no objections, we're going to remove the red option, and we're going to have roll call on the purple calendar, please.
can we have a motion for resolution number 1?
Francisco will move.
Ms. Owen will second.
So what happened to the motions before? Discuss, got it, okay. All right, roll call?
Mazzone,
As long as we can add October 14th as a holiday, because that's my birthday, so I think it should be a holiday, but yes.
Half day.
Slade,
You're excused.
Yes.
Solakowski is absent, Venkatesan,
Yes, for the purple, I think the only reason, like Mr. Sirena said, is about the heat that gets into the last week. So I think with this, sorry, I should have probably discussed this. I just thought about it. Probably the only thing here is the students are going to get early closing or early dismissal for those Eid holidays. It's not a school closure, but probably we should look at it the following calendar year and see how we can adjust. So yes, for this time.
Topic comes up every year, so
Yeah, we probably should revisit this. but
revisit
yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely, I can't take this heat of 100 and not for the kids with no air
Yeah,
condition.
and some of our most of our schools don't have air, so.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, we'll continue with Dunn,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes.
Giordano,
Yes.
Chaudhry.
Yes, because that is overwhelmingly the communication I received via email and social media.
and D'Antuno.
Yes.
Resolution 1 for Board Secretary, Board Business passes.
Okay. So hearing of the residents on any district-wide item,
Can you do something before we do that?
I guess.
Okay. Can we have one new hire in the audience, I think. Is there a new hire here? Ah, there you go, new hire. I knew we had a new hire.
I am sorry, we
Okay.
would have brought you up
There's one
earlier
there.
on.
Any new hires, come stand up.
Come on,
Come
stand
on,
up.
stand on the stage. There you go.
All right, hold on. What section?
All right.
Oh, sorry, we were misinformed. Which part was that? What? Let's say some names. The new hire page, you're a big help, Jay.
I
That's
believe
your
it's
note-taking,
page
Jay.
23, Certificate Personnel.
23. All right, who do we have here?
And-
Hold on.
Let him introduce
Is
them.
your mic on? Is your mic on?
Oh, mine is on, so I could hear them and repeat it. Well, we have Tim Kraft leading us here. Very good. Obviously, highly respected in the world of field and maintenance, and now he's taking over as the supervisor of custodians and plant services. Great job. Thank you, Tim. That is Zachary Madeira, education for ELA at Jonas Salk Middle School. For the people at home, that's Alan Jackson, physical education and health.
There you go.
There you go. And you said you're at Cooper? Is that what you said you were assigned to?
Shepherd and McDivitt.
Shepherd and McDivitt. Okay, very good. Thank you.
I'm Nicole Salhano. I'll be teaching 6th grade math at Jonas
Michelle, say your last name again for me, please. Say your last. Michelle Simahano.
Nicole.
Nicole, I'm sorry. I'm hearing you from the back. So Nicole Simahano.
Yeah.
It's Jonas Salk Middle School, 6th grade math. Excellent. Thank you for joining us. Morgan Katropoulos, school counselor. Thank you all for joining us.
You guys might have to squish and pretend you like each other for a little bit. I know it's hot. Awesome.
All right, great job, everyone. Thank you for joining Team Old Bridge.
Okay. Now we're going to open up the mic for hearing of the residents on any district item. All right. If you're going to speak, can we ask that you line up so we know how many we have, please?
Thank everyone. For the ones who don't know me already, but I think it's pretty obvious, maybe most of you do. My name is Alexandra Rodaya. I'm a resident here at Old Bridge and now freshly an alumni of Old Bridge High School. Just graduated yesterday. Okay. So obviously as we step into the summer, I'm obviously continuing this tradition. I did it last year where we're reflecting our time together. But this year comes a bit of a twist, so you guys can come along on the little ride. Just over 24 hours ago, I just mentioned it, not really repeating it, I did stand among my classmates and did receive my diploma. We finally made it. Being a part of this amazing class has taught me a lot, academically, socially, personally. To start off, I've gained valuable insight into the career path I do plan on pursuing. I owe those to the incredible teachers here who gave us those resources, guidance, encouragement to reach this point. Without their knowledge and education, many of us wouldn't have known where our paths could lead. Excuse me, wow. Their impact on our future is something that we'll always carry on forever with, so thank you to the Old Bridge staff who have been working and been my teachers since like Grissom, so definitely big round of applause to you guys. Beyond the academics, this class did help me grow socially. Having moved here, so I moved about 8 years ago from a different state, I didn't really know what to expect, but this community really did welcome me with an open arms. I learned the value of friendship, how to work with others, and most importantly, and how to find and use my own voice, and for that I'm really grateful for you guys. And while we, the graduates, are moving on, someone else very special here is in Old Bridge is also preparing to begin in New Jersey, and that's our Mr. Beloved, Mr. David Cittadino here. So, over time, I had the pleasure of connecting with Mr. Cittadino, especially through my involvement with school events and board meetings. I was behind the camera for the last few years. Whether it was just stopping by to say hello or just updating him on my latest accomplishments, because why not, right? Our always quick check-ins has always left me smiling. So a little quick story, I have to say one of my favorite memories was during the Costa Rica trip. He was one of my chaperones, and I have to admit to you guys, seeing your superintendent not with the suit and not really in that professional attire was a little bit surprising. But I think it gave me a really good chance to see the other side of him. So I will say, I do remember one of his classic dad jokes. I kind of had to look it up again, so I apologize if it's kind of incorrect. How many can a tropical bird drink? 2 cans. And yes, I will admit, I remember him saying that I was rolling my eyes at him, but it stuck with me. I don't know why, it just did. So just like that moment too, by the way, so we were on our tour bus as well, and so I had a really bad AirPod case, and my AirPod fell deep into the bus seat. Was I freaked out a little bit? Yes. And while we were out looking at the church, he came up and patted on my back and literally retrieved it and gave it to me. I didn't even ask him, by the way, he just knew. He knew I was freaked out, and I didn't even have to ask him. I just said, oh well. And he still did it. And that small act just shows the type of person that he is. And through every event, no matter weather, circumstances, he always brought a smile and a positive attitude and a sense of pride to our school. Mr. Cittadino, thank you for all that you've done for the Old Bridge community. We'll miss you more than words can say, and we're always forever grateful for your leadership and heart. Now, before I do close, I know I'm a bit of a yapper, so I do apologize. But before I do close, I want to leave to the class of 2025 and to anyone starting a new journey, just a little bit of advice. Change can be scary. You might feel the pressure to live up to expectations or past reputations, but don't let that weigh you down. That chapter is finally over, and this is your fresh start. Be who you want to be, not who others expect you to be. You have that potential to go for where life takes you. So embrace those hard moments because they are a part of that journey. Keep smiling. I know it's almost a minute. Keep smiling, keep growing, and always know that I'm always going to be proud of you. Thank you guys for the last few years. I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck. And that is me now signing off.
Hello, everyone. I am Nancy Coughlin, a proud resident of Old Bridge and a member of the OBEA. As the OBEA's Public Relations Chairperson, I'm happy to share with you that this year, the OBEA awarded over $64,000 in grants that were used to support our schools and community. We sponsored a multicultural event at Madison Park where the students and their families explored the many cultures of their school through food, arts, and games. We provided Miss Lau, a teacher here at the high school, with $2,200 for her Lunar New Year celebration, where attendees participated in dumpling making, played Chinese games, learned how to write in Chinese. During this event, we shared a delicious Chinese dinner and were entertained by our students as they danced a traditional Chinese dragon dance. We supported the French Exchange cultural event by providing dinner for the French Exchange students and their host families. The students at Voorhees enjoyed a virtual pizza making event. Our Pizza and Pictures with Santa event was a huge success with over 350 people in attendance. We completely funded Sandburg's Civil War Day. This event brought the classroom outside, allowing students to get a better understanding of life during the Civil War. We are proud to have sponsored STEM nights for the high school and for McDivitt, both in the spring and the fall. It was our pleasure to partner with SEPTA to provide dinner for the thankful celebration, as well as contributing to the middle school to high school transition program. We sponsored SEPTA's Out of My Mind movie event. Glen School received a grant to fund their Family Fun Farm Day in the fall and their Family Fun Bubble Day this past spring. The OBEA sponsored the Old Bridge girls softball team. We funded the Sandburg Sports Awards Night, where athletes were honored for their success in their individual sport. We supported PTA President's Council Candidates Night and sponsored both Southwood's Bubble Day and their Fall Festival, as well as Shiraz Fall Festival. Memorial School enjoyed a Cookies and Canvas event, and Shepherd School also received a grant for their Someone Special dance. We were proud to sponsor the Glass Slipper project by providing mirrors, a platform, and a pictured backdrop for all the girls coming to get a dress for the prom or their special dance. We happily sponsored Brady's Voice and all-around Old Bridge Toy Drive. With many students who experienced food shortages over the summer, we donated over $500 worth of food to the Old Bridge Food Bank, and we finished the year with an ice cream social, which was attended by over 240 people. And this event, all of our events, are open to all Old Bridge students and their families. All of these events are completely free and directly benefit our students and their families. If you are interested in applying for a grant, please reach out to obeapresident@gmail.com, and we can set up a meeting, and hopefully you can qualify. Thank you.
You got it. Hello, good evening. I'm Debbie Youngler, Transportation Director with Mary Swinarski Transportation, and Tim Kraft, the new Supervisor of Plant Services. This is to Mr. Cedadino. We just want to wish you all the best in your new district. We will miss you deeply. We have all learned, this is from the whole Transportation Department and the Maintenance Department, that we wish you well and that you will deeply be missed, and that we've learned a lot of leadership from you, and we will always remember it, and we will miss you deeply. And the only thing is I have to say is whoever takes over for your spot better be prepared for some really early phone calls. But we wish you all the best, and we love you. Okay?
I would just like to say a word to Alexandria. As a student graduating, your speech is very good. We're hiring a transportation for complaints when parents call, because I believe your 3-minute speech, I think, was marvelous. Congratulations.
We don't get transportation complaints anymore.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that. So, and again, thank you, maintenance. Thank you, transportation. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sasha. Donna, I can't believe you're here. I'll let you speak in a second. I just want to address them. You know, the first day of school and the last day of school is always the most harrowing for a superintendent, because, and whoever the new superintendent's going to be, just be ready for that first day of school. There's always one kid who gets on a wrong bus, not by our, parents just see a first yellow bus comes down the street and they just excited to put a kid on a bus and, doesn't arrive at the same school. You lose like 10 years of your life that first day every year. So, but sometimes the second most harrowing day is the last day of school, and that's just kids they're excited. They want to run off the school bus. They want to run in front of a car. They want to just do anything. It just makes me so nervous. But I'm less nervous, so much so, with this transportation department and leadership that you have shown. I don't get complaints anymore. I don't. I'm sure they happen, but your team is able to communicate with people in a way that's humane and people feel heard, and that's all they want sometimes. Because we say, you're taking care of their most valuable possession, and you let them know that you feel that way about them too. So thank you so much.
I'm not used to being on this mic.
If I'd known we were going to wear the same outfit, I would have changed.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who, Donna Andriani, Old Bridge resident. For those of you who know me, you know that I'm never at a loss for words. And for those of you who don't know me, I sat in one of these seats, I don't know, between 12 and 15 years, so a long time. So I do know how things work. I have to say, I'm not quite sure why we're here. I have a good idea. I'm not sure how we got to this point. But it's always been about the students and should always be about the students. And Mr. Cittadino, you have been an outstanding steward for this district. It has not been easy, and if anybody thinks that this is an easy job, just follow in somebody's footsteps. There's a lot of chatter because everybody's opinion is important to them. But the educational leader is the one who has to rise above all the chaos and all the chatter and see the big picture. Whether it's COVID, whether it's supply chains, whether it's snowstorms, whether it's not enough buses, whether it's fuel price increases, whatever it is, besides state budget cuts, which just changes everything. But through all of that, you have risen above it and have been an outstanding educational leader here. And again, I still don't know how we're here. You have been a man that has shown that you are charitable, you are dedicated, you are creative and innovative. And any district is going to be overwhelmed by what you can bring to the district. You have always been a man of character. And in some society circles, you would be considered a man of service. So for me, and on behalf of the thousands of students and staff that have come through these schools in the last 10 plus years, I thank you for being a man of service.
Good evening, everyone. I've been here before. It was nice to see Donna. She made a whole trip all in from Florida, Dave, to see you. It was nice to see Sal and Richard, and some of the gentlemen who voted for you for that very seat that you're sitting in. And I remember, Dave, you coming to us for the interview. You had a full head of hair, dark and no gray. You were about 30 pounds lighter. You had a nervous smile. And I said to you, kid, me being the senior and the board president, I said, kid, don't embarrass us. And the only thing I can say to you now, Dave, I was here for your first hiring. I'm here for your last day. Now you're moving on to Wayne. One door opens, another door closes. I'll be, vice versa. All I'm going to say to you, Dave, is I'm proud that we hired you. You did a wonderful job. You never embarrassed us. And you were a man of your word. You said you would take Old Bridge in your heart, and you carried it on your back, and it's exactly what you did. I'm proud of you, my brother, and thank you for everything you did, you and your family. And we have great leadership.
No other speakers?
Arguing over who's going to go next. Okay. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jill Calley. I am a resident and a former Board of Education member. C coming after A, even though I encouraged her to go first. In my experience, following Donna Andriani is always a difficult job because she literally takes most of your words right out of your mouth before you get a chance to say them. Dave, I don't know what to say. Very sorry to see you go. I hope Wayne, I hope you get the recognition and that you deserve. in Wayne that kind of been lacking here. I told my husband, I'm probably going to never live this down, but I left the board almost 3 years ago. I guess it'll be 3 years in January. And I've come to several meetings, but I've watched all of them on TV. And I never understood when I was a young married woman or young mother why my husband would shout at the TV when he was watching sports. But now I get it. So anyway, I'm rambling a bit. Like I said, Donna kind of stole all my thunder. But Dave, I wish you the best of everything. Sorry to see you go. If we get somebody who's half the superintendent and half the man you are, then I think we might be okay. Good luck.
Last call for the mic.
Hello, Rick Short again from Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Rick, will you be spending any of your 5 minutes saying anything nice about me?
Superintendent? Yes, I actually am.
All right,
I have
just
something
trying
nice
to
to
say-
say about you, sir. Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to end on a
How'd you
downer.
know it?
Now
No,
you're-
but now you're going to give me an extra 20 seconds here,
Okay,
right?
there you go.
Thank you,
Just
sir.
good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Well, let's kind of got me off cue there. That's good. That's all right. Okay. Whoa, I got all my stuff on. All right. So again, I stand before you, and some of you people don't know me, but you're only good as a Google. So Google my name, Rick Short, New Jersey red light cameras. See my information. See my data. So I'm just here with an opinion. So let's go over some of the good things the superintendent did. First, he handled COVID pretty well. I watched the videos. I wasn't here as a parent, but I watched some of the videos. And there were videos that questioned what the state was actually doing. So I give good praise. I don't know how 5756 came about, but I'm also happy with that too, because there is this bad virus going around talking about that some people are oppressed, that the LGBT community is oppressed, and people are using oppression and they want to teach oppression to our kids. And if there's any place they are teaching oppression to our kids, it's the Cherry Hill School District. So I commend you on that. I also commend you that you haven't gone off the cliff on the radical ideologies. I mean, I stand before you right here to tell you that we have a consultant named Dr. Patina Love, who's an abolitionist, who wants to destroy the education system. I mean, these are facts, right? I'm from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. She wants to destroy the education system. We have Dr. Kinday, who hates capitalism, is an anti-racist. These people are frauds. Here, I show you a poster right here from Mrs. Love. She says, our comrades on the inside. So this is what's coming down the line to Old Bridge schools. Now on to what concerns I have about restorative justice. Again, I'm just facts. So in 2022, there were 151 HIBs compared to Cherry Hill's 80, which means there was more fighting, there was more this, there was more that. The thing that is good is that what I'm finding happening across the United States, or at least on the East Coast, is schools that use restorative justice, like Mount Holly, like Cherry Hill, like State College, like Roanoke, Virginia, that use restorative justice, and SEL, are having children's suicides. And so why is this happening under restorative justice? It's pretty simple. You cannot get all the kids together in a circle, enough kids that are attacking another student, like a female girl, bullying them to the point where she wants to commit suicide. So the question is why is this happening in schools that practice restorative justice? Why is Fairfax County in Virginia saying that restorative justice is not working, I hope you watched that video on my website or on my Facebook page. That video is May 13th, 2025, under Rick Short and Cherry Hill. Goes into detail about Fairfax County, how they don't think restorative justice is working. The other question is does this district, and I don't know, do you lock your bathrooms? That's how bad, that's how uncontrollable our high schools and middle schools are, that they have to lock our bathrooms because, well, we're starting under restorative justice. My May 17th video on my Facebook page talks about SEL and the dangers of SEL. 1 minute, thank you, sir. Talks about the damage that SEL is doing to children. SEL is turning our children into little basket cases. When you constantly ask your child, when the teacher asks, "Are you okay today?" "Oh, well, were you okay 2 weeks ago?" When they're constantly bringing all these adult problems into our kids' heads, this is not good. So I end with this. The questions are, what does a successful school, why aren't any successful schools, the top 10 successful schools, using restorative justice? Restorative justice takes a lot of hours. Doing an HIB, how long does it take to do an HIB? Does it take 20 hours, 30 hours? Or I don't know, some people say all these HIBs when you should probably just be at detention. The other hard questions are, why are,
Time's up.
thank you,
Excuse me.
Madam President.
Thank you.
Hi, can you hear me? All right, my name is Mariah Camo Wicks. Sorry I was late. I was actually at the St. Ambrose Fair. But when I found out it was your last day, Dave, I had to come. You know how I feel about you. And including from the graduation, you know how my mom feels about you because she screamed her name across the, what do you call it, the arena from there. But, and she's also sad that she wasn't here during the time period when they were doing the renewal for Dave. Because we joked and I said, if it wasn't me and you got her, it would have been a lot worse. So be grateful for that part. But saying goodbye is never easy. It's bittersweet. I do wish you well where you're going. Contrary to what some people think, we don't have issues in Old Bridge. Resident 50 years. Kids going currently through the district for the last 21 years. Still got a third child in the district. You have changed the ways of our school from allowing where before classes were different, where things weren't merged together, where now kids are inclusive. So those following different diverse tracks, whether it's college or non-college, whether it's trades, whether it's RTC, military, powers and different levels, it has come a long way for the last 21 years, and I'm grateful. For the security of our school, I'm grateful, which I watched the Wayne video and find out that's why they were looking for you, because you got the award for the security. And Wayne's 45 minutes away from Old Bridge, by the way. But anyway, just wanted to say that I'm grateful for how our district has been under your supervision, along with the BOE members. You have allowed, again, every kid that's been through a diverse track of school to be equal and allow access so that they're all included and not left out. So contrary to what people think of DEI, it's not some kind of critical race theory, racial thing, or whatever they're talking about. I'm in the schools. I go to the committee meetings. You guys see me. I've never once seen it occur in our schools. It's basically DEI with education. Kids are diverse. We're making them equal and letting them have access to everything that they need. And based on the success rates of our school, of 94.1, and the state's only 90, I think Dave did a hell of a job. Thank you.
Last call for the mic.
That's fair. Let him go last. You know he's going to end it on a high note. Not that I'm going to end it on a low note. I'm just going to be, he's going to, yeah, but he's going to like 10 up. You know, I just have a couple things. I'm winging it like usual. Happy to say I don't need the stool today. My name is Brooke Richards Patterson. I'm sorry, one of the moms handed me my cup. Thank you. I am heading out the door. I got to get my son. So I didn't speak at the last meeting. I wanted to wait till this one because I know it's like officially Mr. Cittadino's last Board of Ed meeting. I don't have a long speech figured out. I just, in May, I dropped the ball on nominating the teachers that I think are incredible for recognition. I was preparing for Virginia to, be with my daughter who graduated nursing school. So I just wanted to briefly recognize a couple people, including Mr. Sean Donnelly, my son's both wrestling and track coach. Incredible man. The things that he's been able to make happen, despite the fact that we don't have transportation for the after-school kids and our crazy schedule. Very grateful. He's so easy to work with. Ms. Jager, and all from basically Sandburg. Ms. Jager, Ms. Bird, Dr. Silvestri, Dr. Calandria, and lastly, Mr. Cittadino. So for all of 4th grade and 5th grade, my son's, standardized test scores were coming back below average, 2 grades below average. I questioned this many times with several different faculty members and was just basically told that this is how it is now with these kids. Obviously, most parents would find that to be unacceptable to hear. And I had a much older one, 10 years older, that had gone through the system. She was in the medical program. She just, where did she go? She went in on the dean's list and she went out on the president's list for nursing. She just passed her NCLEX. So I thought that was worth sharing with Mr. Cittadino today. And obviously every child's different and has different experiences, but these children did experience some learning loss. And I knew something was off. I couldn't put my finger on it, didn't have enough homework assignments to really figure it out for myself. It was after a committee meeting the end of last year that I emailed Mr. Cittadino. I said, I'm just internally screaming. I'm attending some of these things that say everything's great since the school's shut down, and there are a select group of kids my son's age that are still trying to figure out, I think more so, their studying habits. And so I just, I'm looking at the ISL scores because thanks to Mr. Cittadino and Dr. Calandria, they got me immediately into a meeting. My son's been in the RTI program all of 6th grade. He started September 12th. His writing strategy score on IXL was 260, and he's leaving now in 7th grade at a 610. So I'm very grateful for that. It's like, just when a mother knows something is off. So I just want to thank you for that and for listening to me. Even when I wasn't always my best. It's always been my number one thing is the kids. So I just want to say thank you. I want to wish you the best. Best of luck. I hope you visit our football games, and that's really it. So I know Mr. Mazzella is going to really top it. That's all I had, nothing negative. But thank you.
Hi, good evening. In my infamous words, I wasn't originally getting up to talk, but because so many people were eloquent. My name is Kelly Ellis Foster. I'm a resident of Old Bridge. And like many of the other people who were dusted off, and they pulled us out, I was on the board. And I think it's not that funny. And here's the interesting thing, and I think the thing people know is the history of David Cittadino. And you know what? History hasn't been looked at a lot lately. Maybe the last 3, 4 years has been looked at, maybe not the last 12. I think Mr. Cittadino gave some really good facts. I mean, the numbers, the data speak for it, regardless of what people try to interpret. It's better. So, but there are so many moments that people don't know what Mr. Cittadino's done. I can tell you the first time I met him, I want to say it was 2007. As Mr. Gino said, your last name is, I forgot. Do not for me. He had much darker hair. But he was at Jonah Salk Middle School at the time. My son was in the talent show, which you can imagine at that age is pretty terrifying and intimidating. My husband and I arrived late, and I had to sit with a bunch of other middle schoolers. And I'm thinking, oh boy, what's this going to be like? Mr. Citadino comes down the path, kids going, hey, Mr. C, hey, Mr. C, hey, Mr. C. He gets up there to the stage and reminds the students that these are your peers, your friends. Do you know how hard this is? You help them, you respect them. These kids did. A few times maybe somebody was going off key singing. The kids rallied and supported them. This is something you don't teach. It goes through modeling. Mrs. Adriani said he's a man of character. There are countless things he's done for families in this town that nobody ever knows about. Because he doesn't get up at the end of a meeting and say, guess what I did this week? Guess where I went? What did I do? It's subtle. He cares about them. The students he mentored, the people's family, when there's a crisis he was there for. You don't know that. But it is what has helped shape this district, because it's that subtle kindness, caring. Really, it's just being a decent human being, and he exemplified that every day. Somebody was talking about being on a class trip. He did race children down the streets of Paris at one point in a competition. He made every student feel special. It's not an easy thing to do. I don't know how many of you knew their superintendent growing up. It was what made us a community, what made us one Old Bridge. So, you know, there's a lot of other ones. And I could just go on. And maybe I will, well, I at least have 5 more minutes, because that's gone now, because, you know, you don't want to hear us get too emotional about things. So I can tell you, when students came home in August of 2012 from the band camp, and Mr. Citadino had to meet them to tell them that their colleague and their friend who graduated 2 months before was murdered at the shooting at a supermarket. I think he was just his first year as superintendent, or maybe assistant superintendent, had to guide this school and the students through such tragedy. And it wasn't the first time that this district he led us through tragedy. Every time there was something fun going on, there he was. He's been in a bunch of dunk tanks, maybe a pie in the face, would always say yes to if a student came up and said, help us with something. So, Dave, wish you all the best. And the other thing, and I don't really mean to sound petty, but I can't help it. If you voted no and you clearly did not want Mr. Citadino to stay, I think it would be disingenuous to say something tonight about it. So maybe for once, just let it ride and let him go out with the honor that he deserves. Thank you.
What was it? Scott Mazzella, Public Relations Coordinator, Salk teacher. I think it was Clerks, the movie Clerks, where he says, I wasn't even supposed to be here today. That's how I always start here. I wasn't even planning on talking tonight, but here I am, the wrap-up guy. I was at the graduation yesterday. I'm taking pictures all over the place, and I must have taken 1,000 pictures yesterday, and I'm going through them last night. And I get to one that's a lineup of chairs that say Knights, and it has everybody's place cards on it. And there's David Citadino. And it hit me last night. I'm like, this is it. Okay, this chair is empty now. You know, it's going to be filled for the ceremony, and then it's going to be this infinite space that has to be filled. And how do you follow somebody up? How do you follow Dave up? Now, see, I told myself I was going to have clear thoughts up here, and every time I get up here, I get all messed up. But Mr. Citadino, Dave, you make people want to do better. You've made teachers want to do better, students want to do better. not because you're a threat or some intimidating administrator, because you never were. From the moment I met you, when I transferred over to Sauk, you were right there, welcoming. I think it's because you're our district dad. I think you're just our dad, our district dad, and we all want to make you proud. And we're sad to see Dad retire and go somewhere else. Okay, I mean, he's probably going to trade the Jeep in for a Buick now, but you know, it's not going to be as cool up there in Wayne. But you know, we wish you all the best, and we're gonna miss your old dad. So whoever comes in next, I don't know if you'll be elevated to that status, but we thank you for being that for us, because you've been something to all of us at some point, something more than a superintendent, whether it be a friend, someone who comes to help you out or console you in a bad time. You've had special moments with so many people in the district. I don't know any superintendent in the world that has done that. And we thank you. Everybody thanks you. And we wish you all the best. We're going to miss you, even those shirts. So, best of luck to you, Dave. Thank you.
Last call for the mic. All right, at this point, we're going to close the public portion. Any old business from the board?
Can I just make a few comments? And then I'll be done
I
for the
didn't know
night?
if you wanted to be the
Yeah,
closing
yeah.
comments for the night.
No, I won't. Yeah, I don't want to do close.
Okay,
I'll
you
respond
can-
to that, and
go ahead,
then
Dave.
we won't hear from me. I want to thank everybody who said something and took the time to just reflect on my career as a superintendent. And you know, I don't want anybody to go away from this like it's a sad occasion or be angry or mad about it. It's not the way it's not the way I've carried myself as superintendent. So early on in my career, even before I started in education, I really wasn't a good student, and I really didn't do well in school. I found my place a little bit later on with the guidance of my grandfather, and I got it. Woo! Okay. Stop looking at me. You're the one doing this to me. All right. So there was this book I read. It's called by Jack Canfield called The Success Principles. And the major concept of the Success Principles is there's an event in your life, there's how you respond to it, and that'll determine your outcome. And your response is 100% how the outcome is. So I used to use this as an example. If you're late to work, your response could be is that there's traffic that day, and the outcome is that you probably will be late every day there's traffic. Or you could say that my response is I know there's going to be traffic, so I'll leave at an earlier time, and my outcome is that I'll always be on time. Unless you change your response, the outcome will never be the same. So in this event, there was an opportunity to continue with being superintendent of the district or not. And the response was that I'm either going to put it in other people's hands or put it in my hands when an opportunity came to me. And it was presented itself to me. I want to be clear, didn't go looking for it. When it presented itself to me, I just determined the outcome. And I think that's great for everyone because it creates a new outcome for everybody. People in this room who want to be leaders, it creates outcome that'll be a chain reaction to follow. So it's going to have a very positive effect on the district, I'm sure, going forward. So thank you to everyone who was part of all those events in my life that had me to respond to have beautiful outcomes. To everyone who spoke, I think there's an epidemic in this community, though, that people who will comment about my hair color or my weight, they don't have mirrors in their own homes. I don't know if everyone got rid of their mirrors in the past 10 years, or just, so I want to thank you all for reminding me to check my own mirror, but I have about 10, and if anyone needs one, I'll drop one off to you.
My hair is actually a little darker now than when we started working together.
I always say to people, never mind. Having Miss Patterson get teary-eyed, we've had our battles over the years. I remember, and Dr. Rico will remember, she was the Grissom mom, and he would call me up and say, this one is giving me a run for my money. And I had her in my office, screaming at me. I didn't even get a word in before she screamed 20 times. And And that was when Mia was, I think, in 3rd grade, and they just moved to town in 5th grade. Oh, yeah, you remember it well. And, you know, I'm proud that she's doing well and graduated from nursing school. That's quite an accomplishment, and that her son got the support that he needs through our amazing interventions program. Rick, I want to say something nice about you. Twice I was victimized by the red light cameras. I didn't know who to thank for getting rid of them. Thank you for getting rid of them. Same corner got victimized twice, and I don't think I was even driving the car the second time. But thank you for that. I did look you up while you were speaking. Time Magazine recognized you as the red camera guy. So I welcome you to come back at the August meeting and talk some more about everything. Wayne's too far. You don't want to drive. I got it. We got your message. Well, I'll read it to everyone up there. Okay. Lastly, I do want to acknowledge one other person who was not here. Captain Bob Weiss. If you don't know Captain Weiss, he was, when we talk about the security in the district, he was the one who worked with myself, worked with the chief of police right after Sandy Hook Elementary School, the tragedy there, to really start bringing SLEOs in. In fact, he got in his car and went down to Seaside, went down to Point Pleasant, Belmar, and recruited their seasonal officers, who, if you think about it, was the perfect marriage. That no one else was doing it. That's why we were awarded, because he took summer officers who were about to become unemployed and said, why are you going to be unemployed? You come work with us from September until June, and then you go back to Belmar, you go back to Point Pleasant, you have year-round employment now. And we took up all those officers until they had to start making, those were all SLEO 2s, and there's a limit on how many SLEO 2s you can have. And then they passed legislation to have SLEO 3s because there was only so many SLEO 2s available. So if you don't know, in the past, probably 3 weeks ago, he tragically, he loves coaching. As far as, he was a chief captain of the police department. I was honored, and I've mentioned this in years past. He invited me to go to his retirement ceremony in Washington, D.C. when he retired from the U.S. Marine Corps. And he was a chief warrant officer number 5. You can Google that. There's not many chief officer warrant number 5s. There's chief officer warrant 3s, but to get 2 5s in the same room would be like lightning hitting the same place twice. So it's a very rare ranking, and I was very proud to be there. The delegates from the White House were there, and it was a great moment that I'll never forget. So the reason I bring this up is he was coaching recently and loves coaching as much as anything else, and he'll tell you about it, because one thing Bob Weiss can do is talk. That he was out with training the girls, and someone threw a discus. It hit him in the side of the head, face. He had a reconstructive work on his jaw and so forth. And that is a man of commitment, of great things. So I wish him the best, and I wish him a speedy recovery. And on my last time speaking, to let him know that we're thinking about him, and he's such a good man. Talk about a good man. That's a good man. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Old Bridge. It has been my pleasure, and love you all.
Any old business to follow that?
I'll talk. One, Sasha, I cannot wait to see what you do in life, because you really are such a remarkable young woman. You really are. So congratulations on your graduation yesterday. Congratulations to all of our graduates yesterday. It was a beautiful ceremony. It was hot, but it really was, it was remarkable. So thank you to all the staff that helped making it as great as it was. Good luck to all of our 5th graders entering the scary middle school era, and good luck to all our 8th graders about to enter the best 4 years ahead. I would like to thank our teachers, principals, the staff, transportation, plant services, everyone involved in making this district the district that it actually is. Your countless hours of dedication to all of the students in Old Bridge never goes unnoticed. To the board, this year really has been a fun one for us. I mean, we have our differences, but I have to say we did pretty good this year for the most part. To the admin, Dr. Holker, Dr. Tui, Mr. Wydell, Mr. Cittadino, thank you for always answering our endless emails, our texts, phone calls. Just speaking for myself, I know I'm not the easiest person to work with, but you guys all handle it like champions, so thank you. Lastly, Mr. Cittadino, thank you for your dedication to our students and our district the last 13 years. You have endless accomplishments and awards here that I'm sure you'll carry with you to Wayne. I'm sure you're going to do great things over there, and we look forward to seeing what you bring. I hope everyone has an amazing summer. Thank you guys, and that's it for me. I'm out.
I have something. It feels like we're living like a live, like Cher's farewell tour, like goodbye, and she always reperformed. It's like we've been saying goodbye to Dave for like the last month, but I guess we're finally here. Dave, it was a privilege working with you for the last 4 years. I'm glad I was able to form my own opinion, and it seems to be validated by everything that we've heard and everybody that I've run into. In my profession, it's all about, I guess, building equity. I'm in the finance business. And although you're leaving, I feel as if you've raised a lot of equity in this district where it's not going to be easy to replace, but you've built a kingdom, helped build a kingdom with a lot of help. And I think that legacy is going to be hard to replace, but at least to help continue it. So you've built something that's going to be hard to replace, but it'll be a nice transition to see someone take those reins and even try to attempt at what you did. So thank you for your service. It was great working with you as a friend and as a colleague. Thank you.
I would like to say just the same thing, Dave. I was honored to be on the board with you, and thank you for everything you've done for Old Bridge. And I appreciate you, and we're looking forward to that invitation to Wayne that you promised us.
Madam President?
Go ahead.
So, I'm a man of many words sometimes, and I'm going to be a man of many words again tonight. I have to, because tonight I want to
Remember the
recognize-
3-minute rule.
I did write 5 pages, and I'll make it brief and quick. I am at a loss with David leaving. I can tell you that I'm the only board member on this board that has sat through 3 administrations. 3 administrations. That's Simon Bosco era, Dr. Brennan era, and also the David Cittadino era. Matt was on and off the board. He wasn't with Dr. Brennan at the time. So I can tell you unequivocally that David has made this district an incredible place for our students and for our residents. He unequivocally, with his team, Dr. Hoker and all the administrators, have paved the way as trailblazers and has made this place a wonderful place for education for our children. Dr. Bosco, you know, he had his issues. Dr. Brennan came in with his mind and trying to alter everyone's thought process. But honestly, David came in and applied everything and made this district terrific. He's endured a lot. He's endured a lot because, you know what, over 15 years that I've been involved with my board members who are here that I serve very distinguishedly with. You know, we have Kelly Ellis Foster, Donna Andriani, Jill Callie, Sal DePrima, and Gino D'Onofrio. We were here through the thick and thin, the difficult times with David. You know, from the tragedy at Pathmark, it was unbelievable how David reacted, how he, in his love, brought this district together. It was a very traumatic time for a lot of us. We had the COVID issue, as we know. It was a very difficult time, a lot of different opinions, but he was able to navigate and bring us through the whole process. And you know what? We argued, we had, you know, disagreements on the direction to go, but you know what? We found a way to make it work for our district. Many tragedies, some great highlights. You know, David was a steward of bringing kindergarten to the district full time. And obviously tonight, you know, we see the benefits based upon a 12-year, 13-year look back from 2013 to today, based upon our percentages of graduates going to college. You know, the security initiative was a huge, huge initiative that David shepherded us through with Captain Weiss and Chief Volkett. I had the pleasure of working with them to make sure that they got everything they needed from the board. I was the vice president at the time. And I think that we did such a wonderful job there. Schools of Character. I was honored to go with David and Dr. Hoka down to Washington, D.C., to the National Press Club to talk about what we did as a district and how they implemented Schools of Character. That was a monumental time for this district. Board member Andriani accompanied us, and we were there, and we were able to celebrate that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful accolade. And there's just a few other things that David means to me, and I can tell you that he's a good man. He's a man of fabric. He's good fabric. He's a man of character. He's a man that loves his children, and all of us are his children, even board members, because you know what? He treated all of us with respect, and he treated us equally, regardless if he had issue with you or not. He treated you the same, and he treated all our students with the utmost respect and love, which has benefited our district. There's just one thing I want to share, and no one in this room knows it but me and David. I was the chief of the fire department for 7 years. I was the deputy chief and then the chief of the department here. And I've seen a lot of horrific accidents, a lot of death, and too many times, I had to call David at 2, 3 in the morning on a Saturday morning to tell him that 1 or 2 or 3 of our students or past students had died in a car accident. David would pick up the phone and he would say, okay, what's going on? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't get this call from you unless there's something going on. And there was one particular accident on Englishtown Road about 10 years ago where 3 of our students, 2 current and 1 prior, died in a horrific car accident head on. And I told David, and when I told him the names, he broke down because he had engaged 2 of them that Friday. And, it just shows his commitment and his compassion and his love for our students and for our community. And that day is etched in my mind. And that happened 2 or 3 other times with our students. And the first thing out of his mouth, his sincere, his love and the compassion to the child and the family. And then in the next morning, he would do something to help the family. Even with people who had fires in their homes, kids who lost everything, David and his team would be there the next morning trying to pick up the pieces for them. These are things people don't know about. And this is the man that was our steward. He loved this community. And I respect him with my entire heart. I love the man. I've seen him grow. I've seen him do things that many other superintendents wouldn't have done. Simon Bosco wouldn't have done it. I know Dr. Brennan wouldn't have done it, but this man did. And from that, I want to wish David a bright future in Wayne. It's our loss, their gain, and they recognize that. And David, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, you are a man of character, genuine sincerity, and a good man. And I want to thank you for your 20 plus years of service, 13 years as superintendent, and me personally will miss you, and you'll always be a dear friend. Thank you, David, for all your hard work and love for our district.
I am going to correct him on something, and Mr. Parton will agree with me. I say that Mr. Solikowski was on the board with Dr. Brennan because, what's the quote?
He was. Dr. Brennan referred to Matt as our radish, and he said every salad needs one, and Matt provides that.
He said that Mr. Solikowski was a radish, and every salad needs a radish, so that's why he served the purpose.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna jump in here. Or Kieran, go ahead.
No, good. Okay. So I want to sincerely thank Mr. Ciridino for his outstanding leadership in the Old Bridge School District. His dedication has definitely shaped our schools for the better, and we wish him success in his next chapter. Yesterday's high school graduation was a tremendous success. Again, thanks to all the staff and everyone who really supported, leading us forward to that occasion, as well as there's a lot of hard work behind the scenes by our staff, like teachers, or the rest of the educators, administrators, everyone. Again, congratulations to the class of 2025 for their achievements. And Shasha, you're amazing. Like what Ms. Maison mentioned, I also looking for to see, your growth. Thank you. And thanks to the families, the Woolbridge community and the staff for making it an unforgettable event yesterday. The board remains committed to fostering excellence and opportunity for every student. So we will continue to build on the strong foundation, Mr. Ciririno, that you're leaving behind. And again, it's not so easy to fill that spot. Like some of you mentioned, getting even up to 50% or 75% itself a great achievement. But we'll strive our best, and we are committed to the community to stay as we are, or rather to improve from where we are. Definitely not go back. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just going to jump in and say a few things. Clarissa, you spoke so eloquently and so positively about a really difficult transition for a lot of people, and I think that sets an amazing tone for this transition and for everybody involved. So thank you for all those wonderful words you said about two very amazing administrators. So I wish Dr. Rico and Dr. Ferry the best of luck on their new journeys. So thank you for sharing all of that. I always say that as a board member, my favorite place to be is in the classroom and at all the events that we are invited to, and graduation, of course, is one of those. So I was honored to be there yesterday to see our high school graduates celebrate. Congratulations, Sasha, and everybody else. So that was really wonderful. I had an awesome opportunity to speak at Sandberg's graduation as my daughter graduated Sandberg, so that was a really neat moment. So I'm grateful for that. I just want to say thank you to all of our staff, every single one of you, no matter what your position is in our district, for your tireless effort, your endless patience with all of our students, and your constant support of them. I want to wish all of our staff, our students, our families, and everybody in our community a wonderful, happy, safe, fun summer. So I hope that everybody enjoys their time, takes a break. And Mr. Cittadino, thank you for your service to the Old Bridge community. You have made an impact on many people in our town, and I wish you the best of luck as you close this chapter here and open a new one in Wayne. So thank you.
Yes, I'd also like to thank Mr. Cittadino for his years of service in the district and wish him the best of luck in Wayne. I'd like to congratulate the graduates of the class of 2025 and look forward to seeing what they accomplish in the future. And it was nice to see all past elected officials from council and the Board of Education to come here. So thank you for speaking or attending. And that's it for old business. I got some new business though. So thank you.
Go ahead.
I can mix it. Okay. So new business, as mentioned earlier, we are working towards our long-range strategic planning model plan. So we want the community involved as much as possible. So we're going to be having meetings similar to the one we had in the cafeteria a few years ago. And we had all the goals we wanted, but now we know what the goals are. So now it's the next step going forward. So we want a lot of community input on that. Thank you.
So I have just a couple of points to make. First of all, Dave's not leaving till August 15th. So I really wasn't thinking about this as this is his last meeting. So good for me because I didn't actually plan anything. There's so many things that I could say, but I can't because I would get emotional and that would just ruin my reputation. So I'm not going to go there. I do want to point out that I don't look at you or think of you as a dad. A cousin, maybe. But I'll say that I think I kind of put it in my pocket that you're leaving and compartmentalize that this isn't really happening. But I know that as we walk around the schools, there's always a piece of you everywhere that we are. There's so many of the things that we do here in Old Bridge that are because of you. And I think there's a lot of people for a very long time that will know that. Dave is a friend and a professional and really the most genuine person that I know. You've led us through challenges, so many, with calm and compassion and always putting the students first. I can tell you that when I took this job, one of the things that I said to Dave was, I have little kids how am I going to do this job and put them first and make sure that I was both doing the best that I could do in this job and also for my kids. And he said, family always comes first. That has always been the case. I had a daughter that was very sick, and there was never a second that I couldn't take care of her and do my job. I'm grateful for, boy, this is gonna kill me. And it's on TV. I've made it through all these years without getting emotional with you. It is, we always say that. I thank you for that. I thank you for your friendship and of course your service and all the good that you've done here in Old Bridge. I know that Wayne will see very quickly that they made a very good choice, and that you will be in a place where you are very much appreciated. You will be missed, but I know I'll still see you. So, thank you.
So I have a few things. I was notified that all of our new hires are Old Bridge alumni. So thank you for coming back. And it just kind of goes to show those that are new to the district how awesome Old Bridge is, because they keep coming back. The high school graduation, this is the first time in a while that all 9 board members were at the high school graduation. So kudos to the board for all being there and being in the heat in those hot gowns. Great job, and thank you to the speakers at the different graduations, Jay, Elena, and Marjorie. All of your speeches were great and inspiring. You guys call him Captain Weiss. He was my swim coach, so Coach Weiss, wishing you recovery. Sorry to hear the injury, and good luck with all of that. Dave, you are leaving a legacy, as many have said. It's been an honor to sit on the stage and next to you over the past few months. I've always liked watching you interact with the students when we're at events, and even the kids that just want to come up and pet Daisy. They don't really want to talk to you. You're the adult in the room, but it's all about Daisy. And you whip out a trading card for Daisy, and you make that moment more than just petting a dog while they were, dragged along to their older siblings' art show or band concert or whatever thing that the little kids had to be there. So, just goes to show the extra step that you have done to make it memorable for everybody. So thank you for all of that. I hope everyone, students, staff, and families, and the Old Bridge community as a whole has a great, enjoyable summer. The board, unfortunately, is not getting off over the summer. We will continue working on the superintendent search and the planning, what's it called? The survey, the long-range plan, but the surveying of the schools. And I've had a few people reach out from the community wanting to be involved in the search, and know that will come. There will be a time for the community to speak, what parts of Dave, a lot of it, almost all of it, we want to keep and try and replicate in our next superintendent. So, be on the lookout for that and know that we will all be working on that. But Dave, thank you for everything that you've done for Old Bridge. And like everyone said, good luck.
Not going to talk about me. I'm just talking.
Go ahead.
I want to congratulate the class of 2025. It was an honor to be on the stage with them yesterday. Again, so much to be proud of with our students and their statistics and their data, but that's not really the most important thing. The human appeal that our students bring with them, that's the most important thing. You say, and if, I don't put a lot of pressure on it, but if Sasha exemplifies the personality, the success, the human heart that we are putting out in our students, then we're a very successful school district. I look forward to your future. I know it's going to be great things, and you're not saying it now, but you're going to come back as an educator. I can feel it. You'll be back on this stage a few years from now. We'll see. And I will definitely follow your college career and see how you do. But I know great things are ahead. And most important thing, staff, students, everyone. Have a great summer that you deserve. You've all worked very hard. I'm very proud of everything we've done together, and stay safe this summer. That's the most important thing. Thank you.
Motion to go into executive session?
Ms. Owen, motion.
Giordano, second.
Right, all right. Thank you. All in favor?
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a safe drive home. Stay cool out there.